Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. The footage in the background is Darius Burst Chronicle Saviors because of course it is. Watch how badly that I get my ass kicked the first time around, and then when I try a stage for the second time, I go through without taking a hit for the first stage. I'm surprisingly good at Darius Burst when I know what's coming. When I don't know what's coming, I flail around like an autistic infant. But anyway, it's been 4 years! The Vita's 4th anniversary came along, and I'm sorry that this is so late, but considering how many bloody games actually came out over the past few days, I just needed to find a place to actually slot this that wouldn't interrupt one of those, because I usually don't like posting more than one video a day. It's a little bit of a challenge for me, because if you post more than one video a day, the views are split among the two of them, and it's just kind of a waste of time. So I prefer spreading it out just so people who actually like to watch everything I do can actually watch everything I do without getting too overloaded by it. And so yeah, we might as well get back to the actual subject at hand. 4 years! It's been 4 years since the Vita came out pretty much everywhere. I mean, it's been like 4 years and 3 months since it came out in Japan, and it's been over a week since it came out in America, which is a little bit annoying because you never know what date you're supposed to celebrate. You're supposed to celebrate the first edition day, which had that little Deviants pack, or you're supposed to celebrate the date that was a week later. I don't know. I don't even know why they did that, honestly. It seems like a weird launch bundle to have, but anyway, we won't worry about that. We'll worry about the actual anniversary. And yeah, so the actual anniversary has come and gone for over like half a week now, and I will admit, it's been a hell of a ride. It's been 4 years. I'm currently on weekly update 189, which means that in about, 6 months, I'll have 4 years on my own channel myself, which is a little bit weird. It's just, I never thought this would get as far as it did. I never had a clue this would be where I would end up, because, goddamn, I always thought I sucked at everything, and apparently I don't suck at everything. I have a lot of likes on my channel, I must say. Like, if I just go and have a look at my YouTube analytics, because I have it open here right now, I currently have 1,600 likes over the past 28 days compared to 82 dislikes. That's insane. Like, I never would have thought I'd be so just overly popular. I never thought almost everyone would look at my stuff and go, that shit is good, I like that shit. And, well, that's kind of great. And I just have you guys to thank for that. And 230 comments, 120 shares, 280 subscribers. Not fantastic, but still pretty damn good considering it's still, you know, going upwards, and I don't have people fleeing the channel left, right, and center because everyone thinks the Vita's a dead platform. But yeah, 4 years ago, I never would have thought I did this. Like, I don't really remember the day I walked into my local EB Games and picked up my Vita, but I know what I picked up for my Vita. I got a black 3G Vita, which was a complete waste of time, because not only did I not get the free, like, Wipeout 2048 that they were giving away with it, I didn't actually use the 3G at all, because, well, there was a 3G thing, and they did give away Wipeout 2048 with it, but the thing is, I was on an American account, like, the second I bought a Vita, because it was like, I need a excuse to swap accounts, and I've had my PlayStation Vita account since, so I ended up not getting Wipeout 2048, and I never used the 3G. Like, I tried to use the 3G, and there was just nothing to use for it. Like, I used to go outside and hold my Vita up to the sky to bloody get Nier working, and it just still never really got much use out of that, and I don't think I've opened the Nier app in the past 6 months, so, God, I really wish they'd just not get rid of it, because that would probably break some of the games that are on Vita, but at the same time, they really don't need it anymore, and that whole Vita 30% extra RAM mode is probably a consequence of that, but nevertheless, it was a weird thing. Just the first 2 games I got for my Vita were Uncharted Golden Abyss, which oddly enough I've never finished, and Lumines Electronic Symphony, which I got into the top 100 for in the first couple of weeks I was out, before they discovered that little exploit where if you tapped on the rear touchpad for a while. I already talked about this in a previous video, but yeah. I got those 2 games, and I got a bunch of PSP games, which I downloaded from the internet. I got a 16GB memory card, and then I immediately got a 32GB memory card as soon as they were available. So I got a little bit much money spent on those memory cards, and I'm gonna have to buy another 32GB memory card soon, chances are. But yeah, that was the start of something I never thought I'd actually get to do, which was make a decent YouTube channel out of things. Like, I'm actually relatively proud of what I built for myself here. I'm almost at 20,000 subscribers, which is huge. And the day that I get to that, I'll be doing that every PlayStation Vita game on the store summarize thing again, which is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be splitting it out into individual letter sections because I'm not doing a 5-hour video. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Because one, I just don't have the energy for it anymore for multiple reasons. And two, Vita can't watch videos over an hour long anymore because the Vita's YouTube app has gone off. So I have to, if I want people on Vita to be able to watch those videos, I'm going to have to split it down into sections. And hopefully those sections will be shorter than an hour, but God only knows, right? There are other things I have planned for videos too, like, I plan on doing some videos on old games, like games that I've played in the past but never actually got around to doing videos on. Like the first game in this series is probably going to be Muramasa Rebirth. Muramasa Rebirth is something I've been playing recently. I've been playing a ton of it. I actually did like a live stream ages ago, if people can remember that, and my last like 30 minutes of the live stream, which went for about 3 hours, I think, like I remember having to pop out halfway through it, which was kind of annoying. But when on my last, like, half hour of that, I did basically what was a video on Muramasa Rebirth, but I never actually uploaded it to the channel because I don't think I can. Like, I'll have to check if that's still there. I'll have to do that in the middle of this play recording. But yeah, I never did a video on it because I was a bloody idiot. So I'll have to go through and I'll have to do a video on it because, you know, it's actually pretty easy to get hyped because I have played a bunch of Muramasa Rebirth, and I played the demo for Odin Sphere, and Odin Sphere is bloody awesome, and so is freaking, what was it? Freaking Muramasa, so I'll have to play Muramasa for the channel, and I'll probably have to do a bunch of other videos of the same kind as well, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think I have access to my, yeah, it doesn't look like I have access to that broadcast anymore, that's a shame. But yeah, I'll have to do a few other ones as well. The first few games that come to mind that I want to do would be Dustforce, Spelunky, and Virtua Tennis 4, and Shinobido 2. Those are 5 games that I want to do, and then I'll probably end up just going to other games, like say, what was it? Uncharted again? Because, yeah, Uncharted. And there's a bunch of other things as well, you know, like pretty much every game that came out around the Vita's launch is something I need to do a video on, and considering that I have most of them, that'll be somewhat easy, but at the same time, yeah, just don't expect those very often because, you know, we're still getting Vita releases just constantly. Like, the next few weeks are going to be packed, for example. Since it's the end of February, all those indie games have come out, and I've got videos done on all of them, as you've seen in the past, because this is coming out a few days beforehand. But yeah, in March, we've got Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, the new Senran Kagura, Ages of Earth, and Trillion God of Destruction, all in, like, a 2-week period of each other. So, it's gonna be a pretty heavy day, and even at the beginning of that, we've got Gundam Breaker 3 coming out on March the 3rd, and I'm so excited. I love Gundam Breaker. I've got the 2 cases next to me right now, and God, I can't wait for that game, especially since they're putting the Barbatos in it, and I fucking love that thing's mace. So, hopefully, that mace will make some sort of appearance somewhere in Gundam Breaker 3. But yeah, I do plan on doing an Idiot Imports on that one pretty much as soon as I can. But, you know, there's always reasons my schedule might be a little bit off. I've actually had to go in for a couple of medical tests recently, which wasn't fantastic. But, you know, hopefully I'll figure out what the bloody hell's wrong with me, why I can't keep any of my energy up and all that. And, well, sometimes I can keep my energy up when it's nice and cold and I'm actually capable of focusing on what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I'll hopefully be fine, and I'll be back to full video making capacity eventually. I need to get another 64GB memory card, but I'm worried about it breaking like the first because, you know, that's just the way things roll with me, isn't it? Stuff breaks and I end up having to just, you know, having to replace it because it always sucks like that. But yeah, I need to get another video capture Vita as well eventually. Like, I'm gonna have to start saving money for one because both my video capture Vitas have balked left analog sticks. My slim analog stick drifts upwards, and my fat's analog stick can't move left and no, it can't move up and down. It can only move left and right. So I'm gonna have to get those replaced eventually, which is a bit of a pain. Like, it'd be nice if I could send it back to the guy who made them and ask him to be like, hey, just swap out the left analog stick for me. I'd probably pay him a fair amount for that, but yeah. The summary of everything I just said over the past few minutes is I'm not done yet. I won't be done for a while, and hopefully we'll just be able to take this Vita stuff 5 more years into the future. Then again, that does bring up an honest question. Will Sony continue making portable consoles? Now, they didn't really make much off the Vita as far as I'm aware, but honestly, all the Vita is resulting in at the moment is probably just pure profit for them. Like, they're not going to go and spend massive amounts to develop a new game or something, but they've probably recouped all the costs of the Vita's, like, research and development period and its initial rollout and stuff like that. So I imagine that pretty much anything they're doing at the moment is pure profit for them. Just, you know, taking cuts of the profit from all the indie games and all the JRPGs and stuff that have been coming out for it recently. I imagine that's just money for them. Not much money, but money nonetheless. And then there's the idea that they're still in the mobile business. They're just releasing, I think it was the Z5, like the Xperia Z5. And really, the majority of the research and development for the Vita is pretty much done. Like, if they just found a way to replace the processor, the GPU, the RAM and stuff with just higher performance versions of what they had going, they would probably be able to make a full-on sequel to the Vita without doing much R&D at all. Just keep it in the same shell, just rename it the Vita 2 and have it be backwards compatible with the Vita. Because they're using the same processor that was in the iPad 2. So it's probably pretty damn easy to figure out what's backwards compatible with it and then just slap in something that's more powerful on top. I mean, probably wouldn't make that much of a difference to regular Vita games, but, you know, hopefully they do that, like, sometime in the future, maybe in the next 2 years, and actually just do something along the lines of have HDMI out and have a SD card slot and not a bloody proprietary memory card slot. But I find it hard to believe that they would willingly stop now when they're in a relatively good position to do the more stuff with a portable platform, because they're still making portable devices and they're just making pure profit off Vita stuff as well. So who knows, maybe they'll just save up for a couple more years, and then when the money just has a decent stockpile, they'll just, you know, swap out all the Vita components for stuff that's more powerful and just, you know, release a second model or a third model, should I say, that's actually got more power behind it. I don't know. I can't know for sure. I'm not a sidekick. A lot of people ask me about news for stuff that I can't possibly know about. Since I'm an aggregate, I'm not, I don't have, like, internal contacts to Sony or anything. Well, technically I do, but, I mean, if I ask them anything about that, they just tell me, we can't tell you anything about this anyway. I'm just an aggregate. I take all the news, I round it up in, like, 5-minute segments. And while some people might call me lazy, at the same time, come on. You wouldn't be here if you didn't like that stuff in the first place. You wouldn't be here if you didn't like just having a 5-minute video you could sit down and watch once a week just to catch up on all the news. That's the majority of the reason why people hear it, and I know that, but I know some people like my views on games as well. But yeah, I'm not done yet. I won't be done for a while. Hopefully. Possibly. If I don't have, like, multiple sclerosis or something, that'd be fucking terrible. But yeah, I'm going to continue onwards, and hopefully we're just going to have, like, what, 5 more years of Vita, and then after that, well, God knows what I plan on doing. I might end up swapping to PC games, because as much as I hate to admit it, if Total Biscuit's got cancer as bad as he says he does, God only knows how long he's going to last, and then there'll be a big vacuum there, and then again, I'd have to get into a much more competitive field, and God knows I don't like competitiveness, since there's not really that much to fight against on the Vita side of things. Imagine how bad it would be if I ever got into PC games, but yeah, I do plan on sticking it out with the Vita until the very end, if possible. Until then, well, we'll just keep going on as we're continuing at the moment. So this has been Blue Maxima, and it's been 4 years, and here's to 4 or 5 more. I'll see you all next time.